Hi guys, I'm Andre Bardnos, Fujifilm ex-photographer and brand ambassador. Today we are going to be discussing the lighting setup of an image I shot for the Tolgenut's cover. It's an image of Chantal Dartnell. She's a award-winning chef. So just a couple of tech things about the shot. It was taken on a Fujifilm GFX 50S medium format. I shot at ISO 400 f8 at a 500th of a second. So we were shooting high speed sync on this image, and the only reason for that was this was not shot in studio. We shot at Chantal's restaurant, and the only reason for that was we were just catching a little bit of ambient light onto our set, so we cranked up the shutter speed, and that's the only reason for using high speed sync on this image. On the lighting side, gear I used four Godox 8600s, lighting modifiers, two medium reflectors with grids and diffusion, a 3-foot octo with grid, a 5-foot octo, and a white reflector. Alright, so I just want to show you guys the light diagram so you can get an idea. This is obviously a top angle of our set. Chantal is sitting right under this softbox. Alright, and here you can see all our lights. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, camera angle, and a white reflector. Right, so how I started off lighting this image, guys, just mind this softbox over here. This was actually the 5-foot octo. I just couldn't get the right illustration for that. So this is our 5-foot octo, and that's the 3-foot. Alright, so we started off with the 5-foot, only lighting this light, and that was just to get a fill on the set. And positioning that light, just to explain to you guys, the background that you see over here and the tablecloth is the exact same color. The only difference is we actually draped this fabric over a table coming down over here. So the difference that you see in color, you have your bright yellow over here and then a darker tone on the back, is literally just positioning this octo to the back or to the front. If you're going to move the light to the back of the backdrop, you will catch a way lighter yellow. So I decided to hover this right above Chantal, so that we have a brighter yellow on the actual table, and then the light is falling off. So that's why we got the darker tones in the back there. Right, so I also obviously use the octo just to, I know that that's going to light my, like, fill my shadows in a little bit, but it is not intended to light my subject really. Alright, so the next move was adding in rim lights. I started with the 3-foot octa. This light was also gridded, and it was just catching the back. It was firing from there, just catching the back of Chantal. If we go back to the image, you can see the rim light just on the dress over here, coming all across here on her hair. The hair light over here is obviously a combination of that rim as well as the octa catching her there. You can see that rim catching her ear as well. Right, and then the next move was adding in another rim light, which was a harder light. I used a medium reflector with 30-degree grit, and that was just to light the other side and just to make Chantal pop off the background. And that's obviously also the reason why I love using rim lights, and it's just to pop my subject off the back. You can see that light catching her just on the shoulder over here and across her face down over there. When it comes to rim lights, I like exposing them about a third of a stop over camera exposure, so they just pop. But it's again, I love taking my images and chimping and doing my power settings until I'm 100% happy with it. So it's not really a rule, but that's kind of something to go with. Right. So the next light we added in was our key light. And that's our key right over here. Again, I used a medium reflector with a 10-degree grid, and this was just firing right into Chantal's face. So with, again, like I said in the previous video, I love combining harsh and soft light, and normally what I would do is just to I'll use a harsher light for my key light, and then fill the set with softer light. And the reason I used the 10-degree was I wanted Chantal's face just to pop a little bit more than the rest of our scene. And you can actually see, if you look at the shadows under her nose, it's a pretty harsh light that's catching it there, and then it is falling off. When it comes to this, you see there's darker areas over here. And that was the reason we used the 10-degree grid on the key. Alright, just back to our light diagram. The only thing that was added in then was the white reflector. I wasn't too happy about the darkness and the dark tones on this side of Chantal's body, so we just added in that white reflector was standing over here and just bouncing back light coming from our rim over here. So it just washed the image a little bit. And that is pretty much how that image was done. Yeah. If you guys want to check out more of my work, please visit my website. It's andrebardnorst.com. You'll also find me on Instagram, Andre Bardnorst. And just a shout out to ODP. Thank you guys, and thank you guys for listening. Have a great day.